covering the Villages for you. This is VNN. Welcome to your Lifestyle News Show. VNN's Lifestyle News Show is presented in part by AmeriLife, together as one.
Welcome to VNN's Lifestyle Show. I'm Morgan King.
And I'm meteorologist Ashley Baylor.
So 90s, is it normal or do we blame that El Nino?
Well, I wouldn't go blaming El Nino yet. In fact, we did have a great write-up about an impending El Nino fall/winter in Monday's Daily Sun. Hopefully you had a chance to check that out. But no, this is typical for us this time of year. Although I will say on Sunday, we saw more clouds that did drop temperatures a little bit. So, okay, maybe I was slightly wrong in the forecast on Sunday. But I'll take the loss. I'll take the L because it was all for the best anyway. All right, let's talk about your Tuesday, where we are going to be tracking scattered clouds. There will be some isolated showers and thunderstorms that fire up going into the afternoon. Temperatures will be in the lower 90s, but of course with that high humidity, it'll still feel a few degrees over 100. Now, as we look ahead, it's still going to be hot. It's still going to be humid. We'll call it seasonally hot as we continue on through the week. When I say seasonable, that's give or take 3 degrees of your average high. And for this time of year, it's about 92 degrees. Of course, every single afternoon is going to feature a chance for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms, but a couple of other troublemakers we may need to talk about, a couple of tropical troublemakers. Yeah, the tropics potentially turning a little more active over the next week or two. We'll check it out in my full forecast.
Thanks, Ashley. We all know rec centers have outdoor shuffleboard, but table shuffleboard is also big in the Villages. One of the leagues recently had their finals at Eisenhower Recreation.
It's been exciting since day one, since we started planning this tournament for the summer tournament, and then just everything leading up to it. And then when you finally get to the finals here, and just the anticipation, it's nice to see, and these players are ready to go.
It's very exciting. It's a long ways to get here. We're thrilled we made it. I made a bad shot in the second game that I thought took us out of the play, but we made up for it. So that's all I was thinking about, not to make another bad shot.
So what I see with these is there's a lot of strategy involved, and you just see like just how precise they are in just knocking a puck off when they want to knock an opponent's puck off, and they're just so pristine, and it's like they can do it in their sleep, which is just really nice to see. But I've seen a couple where they're hanging off the edge, what they call a hanger. So just to see these players in action and just how skilled they are is really awesome. Yeah, we love it. I mean, we do this 3 times a year now, these table shuffleboard tournaments, and just working with the group, working with the volunteers, the residents to put these on. They enjoy it. They're so great to work with, and they're always run so smoothly and efficiently, and that's what we want to see.
Well, they should they have boot camps that they can go to see how the game is played. And then there's plenty of time and different rec centers that have tables they can practice, or they can come down here and practice. They're all accepted, everybody.
Later in the show, the annual Alzheimer's Walk is right around the corner. We'll tell you when.
Well, hopefully it's by the time things cool down a little bit, that's for sure. Because, we're going to be roasting a little bit this week as temperatures are going to be in the low 90s through much of the upcoming week. But of course, the high humidity, it still feels well over 100. So you want to make sure you take care of yourselves. So speaking of which, let's check out your UV index before we head to break. For Tuesday, it is going to be a 10 again, which is very high. So it'll only take about 30 minutes to get a sunburn if you are not wearing the proper sunscreen. And I would recommend at least SPF 30 on days like this, and make sure you keep reapplying throughout the day. Take some breaks in the shade or air-conditioned areas, and try to limit your strenuous outdoor activity. Squeeze it in before 10 or wait until after 6 when it cools down.
The VNN UV Index, presented by Care Dermatology, with offices in the Villages and Fruitland Park. Call 352-218-3211 or visit caredermatology.com.
Retirement should feel secure, not uncertain. If market swings have you feeling uneasy, you've probably heard about annuities. But what aren't they telling you? You deserve the full story. That's why we created a free guide that explains the good, the bad, and yes, even the fine print. Inside, you'll learn how annuities can create guaranteed lifetime income, what fees and surrender charges may apply, how the different types of annuities really work, and whether an annuity makes sense for you. No hype, no pressure, just clear, straightforward information so you can make a confident decision. We help pre-retirees and retirees right here in Florida focus on what matters most: reliable income. Because you worked hard for this phase of life, and retirement should be enjoyed, not stressed over. Get your free guide to annuities, the good, the bad, and the fine print. Call 866-554-9546 or go online to annuitygoodandbad.com. Because when it comes to your retirement, you deserve transparency and real peace of mind.
Summer is sizzling, and so are Central Florida energy bills. If your old windows are letting the heat in, now is the perfect time to replace them. For a limited time, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy 4 windows and doors and get the 5th free, plus 12-month special financing. Don't let another hot Florida summer drive up your energy bills. Upgrade your home's comfort, beauty, and energy efficiency with custom replacement windows and doors. Call Renewal by Andersen today to schedule your free consultation.
You're always welcome at Cody's.
Follow me right this way.
It's where friends and family meet for fun times and great food.
We enjoy the 2-for-1 happy hour from 11 to 7.
We come here for the amazing nightly entertainment.
Great service and loads of smiles await you at Cody's Original Roadhouse in Brownwood and Lake Sumter Landing.
Here's your village's forecast from the VNN Weather Team, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical. Here's meteorologist Ashley Baylor.
All right, so things haven't been super active in the tropics for us. El Nino has certainly helped out with that because El Nino creates wind shear in the Atlantic Basin. And basically that wind shear, it's where the wind and wind speed move at different directions with different levels of the atmosphere. So it doesn't allow these storms to develop. It actually hinders their development. But I will say water temperatures are running a little bit warmer than normal, so it doesn't mean everything is going to be perfectly quiet. So we do have this next tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa. And I will say with our models that go as far out, the American model, otherwise the GFS, and the European model, do have this potentially developing as we get towards the latter part of this week and into the weekend, but the majority have them curving out to sea and potentially just being a fish storm. And then we have this next wave that we are watching, as you can see, just on the eastern side of Bermuda here. That one is going to struggle a little bit. That one may become a tropical depression over the next 48 to 72 hours or so, but at this point that one really doesn't pose a threat. Of course, our eyes would be on this one coming off the coast of Africa, but so far it looks like everything is going to be to our benefit, that if it does develop, that it really shouldn't affect any land, but it's always a wait and see situation. All right, so let's talk about your forecast for Tuesday. Let's get you back into the villages and outside of the Atlantic Basin. We'll be tracking scattered clouds on Tuesday, isolated showers and thunderstorms likely as we go into the afternoon with temperatures right around 93 degrees. Of course, we know with the high humidity, it's going to feel a few degrees over 100. I think we still have about 3 to 4 weeks to go before dew points will at least start to get under that 70-degree mark. Anytime that dew point gets past 70, that's when it feels muggy, oppressive, and tropical. So I can't wait till I at least start seeing 60s again. All right, as we go into Tuesday night, we'll be under mainly clear skies. Overall, it is going to be a quiet night as temperatures dip down into the mid-70s. As we look ahead to Wednesday, very similar forecast there. Well, partly cloudy skies with some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Highs will be in the low 90s, but again, that heat index just over 100 degrees. Now, as we look ahead with our 7-day forecast, temperatures are going to stay in the low 90s right through Thursday on into Friday. Of course, those afternoons also feature a chance for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. And it looks like temperatures are going to stay in the low 90s as we go through Saturday, Sunday, all the way into next Monday. And as I said before, this is what we would call seasonal for this time of year. Seasonal, that's give or take 3 degrees around the average high. And you can see that average high is around 92. But before this month is over, that average high is going to start to drop. It is going to drop back to 91 degrees. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to start to turn a little bit of a corner here where we start to see more lower 90s, then eventually it's the upper 80s, and eventually it's the mid 80s. Maybe this is all wishful thinking because we can't have football season with temperatures in the 90s. We got to at least get some cooler weather in here somewhere. But as I said, we may have about 3 or 4 weeks to go before we can start talking about that. In the meantime, you can always catch our latest forecast updates right here on VNN. Tune your radio to WVLG, and of course, you can check us out in the Village's Daily Sun.
Thanks for watching meteorologist Ashley Baylor, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical.
After the break, lace up those walking shoes for a good cause. But first, keeping the facilities of the Villages well maintained, it's at the top of our list. Here are some temporary closures for you to consider as you plan your week.
Coming up next on the Rohan Roundup.
Are you new to the Villages and you like gardening? John Rohan will tell you all about the gardening club here in the Villages. And do you have an idea for a new club? John will tell you all about how to get that started as well. That and so much more coming up next on the Rohan Roundup right here on VNN.
VNN's Lifestyle News Show is presented in part by AmeriLife, together as one.
I'm a dog lover. I'm a dog owner. A lot of villagers have pets, cats, dogs. You got to worry about going potty inside. You got to worry about those claws and paws. If you are a pet owner, what kinds of considerations do you need to make before you invest in flooring?
For example, some people love hardwood floors. Hardwood floors can be more scratch prone, so if you got a large dog with large toenails, that could scratch the flooring. Tile is pretty, superbious to anything. It's pretty hard to damage tile, maybe the grout a little bit. And then the carpet side of it, for years, the people would say you don't want carpet with pets. But nowadays, with some of the new pet Premier carpets and things like that, it's like one of the best surfaces to put in the flooring for pets.
When it comes to replacing and updating flooring, what do people need to think about? Is it just about taste? Maybe you think, my tastes have changed, I want to replace something because of decor, or are there really time limits on how long things last?
Flooring is pretty strong now and stuff, and as long as you maintain it well, flooring can last a long time. We find more changes our preference. Like for example, maybe they had tile and now, you're getting a little older and stuff and it's a little too hard on your feet. For somebody standing in the kitchen cooking and things like that, staying on a hard floor can be tough for people on their legs and their feet. So, that's a big thing that we hear all the time. Slip resistance. You have to be careful. Some floors are slipperier than other floors. And that's something a lot of people don't think, but you need to take that into consideration, before you put in new flooring in your home.
Tom Urban is the general manager. Thanks a lot for joining us on Ask the Expert.
Innovative Concrete Coatings is the area's local premier concrete coating company. When it comes to concrete coatings, there is a difference. We are the only local authorized dealer of Pentec industrial coatings. Our polyurea is superior to epoxy products. We offer the most advanced concrete coating for residential and industrial applications, driveways, garages, shops, hangars, and so much more.
For a beautiful, long-lasting, slip-resistant concrete coatings, call Innovative Concrete Coatings today.
Now, from the WVLG studios, it's Jack Hammer, D, and Director of Recreation and Parks, John Rohan.
Rohan. It is time for the Recreation and Parks Report.
But, you know, speaking of working in the yard and roses and gardening, we have so many different garden clubs, resident clubs. So if you're new to the Villages and you are wanting to learn how to take care of your yard and what kind of things you can do, we have not only the WaterWise programs that talks about irrigation and how to best utilize the water resources in the community, but we also have the Rose Club. We have the Butterfly Club. There's a great story in the Daily Sun about the Butterfly Club, and we actually have a butterfly garden at Swallowtail neighborhood rec area. So,
nice.
And then we have IFAS, which is the Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, that is part of the University of Florida Extension. And they offer all sorts of gardening programs as well. So if you're trying to figure out what to do and how to do it, and they'll even take some of your soil sample. You can take your soil sample and they'll test it for you and tell you what pH it is and all that good stuff. So gardening is great. It's great therapy. It's great, you know, exercise because you're out there working in the yard. So take advantage of one of the 3,000 plus clubs that we have here. So just want to throw a little push for them in there. But also, you know, the Resident Lifestyle Volunteer Clubs, we want to share that it goes through a process. Anyone can start a club. They get enough folks involved and interest in a various lifestyle club organization. We run them through a very simple survey process. We get that advertised for them. Meets the needs, find you a room or find you a space, whether it's indoor or outdoor, to form that club. And then the resident becomes the volunteer leader for that club, and they set up the days and times and the program from the club. And what we try to do is facilitate the facility space and the setup and breakdown of the rooms and services for them. So once that club gets formed, we will post it in our Recreation and Parks publication under the center schedule where they will meet. But then also the club leadership has the opportunity, if they want to do a little bio and submit that into the Recreation and Parks publication every Thursday. It'll be in there. So when you go through the Rec and Parks publication, you'll see all the different clubs listed with some additional information about that club. So what happens then is the club leadership will decide to add their own website, their own social media webpage, their own email. So it'll grow from there. Not all clubs have their own website or email, but a vast majority do.
I have to find a coin collectors club.
We have one.
Because my father, when he passed, left me his coin collection. Right? And I've been saying for years.
It could be worthless. We could be sitting on a couple $1 million. We don't know.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Because he just didn't have the time to teach me about this stuff. And I got left his coin collection, and it's been in his old sea chest that he had when he was in the military.
That's cool.
And I've been sitting on this since 2002.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
I said to Dee, it was just the other night, I said, when John comes in, I got to ask about there's coin collector.
I'll send you the information. We do, and we have a stamp club as well. My mom was a big stamp collector back in the day. I tried the coin thing. Remember when you had to put the quarters in there?
Yes.
And then me and my buddies would get hungry. And we'd pull the quarters out and go buy some candy.
Right out. Yep.
So when you open it up today, it's missing about 12 of the collectible quarters.
I remember that. I think it was the Mint came out with bicentennial sets, and I have one or two of those from the U.S. Mint that he had. And again, I have no idea the value of this stuff. So,
and those. That club can help you. They really can.
Yeah.
We actually have a card and collection show that comes around every single year where people can come bring their stuff in there. People that'll grade your baseball cards and all that other stuff. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, lots of different clubs out there. We have Lakeview neighborhood rec area getting ready to open up.
Oh, when is that?
In the coming weeks. So our ad says coming soon.
All right.
So then what we try to do is let everybody know. It's kind of a really cool format. We have the coming soon ad that comes out, kind of let you know. Preempting, we have another opening. You know, it's only been a couple months since the last opening.
I know, it seems like it.
We have another one coming up. It'll be an adult swimming pool with some outdoor amenities as part of the neighborhood rec postal model that we use, and that'll be opening up sometime in early to mid-September. We have Mustang Village Rec Center that's coming out of the ground as well. This is a horse-themed village recreation center. It's under construction. That will be opening up sometime in the fall season. So we'll have another village recreation center coming up for people to use and program. So excited about that.
Villagers will be hitting the pavement and walking for a good cause. The Polo Club is the location, and the date, October 24th. Thousands will gather for the annual Walk to End Alzheimer's. Teams have already raised more than $77,000. Money raised through the event support local programs and services. These include education programs, support groups, and outreach services in the community surrounding the villages. More than 7 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's. To sign up for the walk or to make a donation, visit the website on your screen. Coming up, big changes in the way you pay your monthly amenity bill.
VNN's Lifestyle News Show is presented in part by AmeriLife, together as one. Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. A cleaning that improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible. So call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Can it really make a difference on the comfort and the efficiency when it comes to paying the bill?
Absolutely. So one of the first things homeowners actually comment on is that comfort and then those energy savings. So here in Florida, where we have that heat and humidity, a lot of times our homes can feel almost uneven, where you'll notice that little hot draft or that room that just won't quite cool down. Well, with Renewal by Andersen, our beautiful products are custom built and energy efficient. So homeowners really notice a big difference in both of those aspects, as well as noise reduction, which is a nice benefit. Our Fibrex material is actually naturally more insulating than aluminum or vinyl, and because it's all custom, we have that great fit which helps avoid that air leakage and just keep the house nice and comfortable and add up to those cost savings.
These windows are not like aluminum like the old new fashioned windows. It's what did you call it, Fibrex material? How does that affect when you've got the sun, salt air, wind, storms coming in? It makes a difference.
Absolutely. So our Fibrex material is an exclusive composite material that combines the strength and durability of wood with those low maintenance benefits of vinyl. And it's actually 2 times stronger than vinyl. So it's a great product that helps, again, with that energy efficiency we talked about earlier, but also those intense climate conditions that we experience here in Florida. Beyond that, our glass all handles those intense UV rays that we experience as well, which can actually lead to fading of your furniture and your floors over time. So our products are truly made with these superior materials. Renewal by Andersen is actually the full service replacement division of Andersen Windows, which is a brand customers have known and loved for 120 plus years. So over that time, we've really refined both our materials and our processes.
Listen up, kids. This story affects every villager. It has to do with your monthly amenity fee and the way you pay it. Starting September 30th, all the amenity payment drop boxes at all postal stations will be closed permanently. The Community Development District said it's being done with resident security in mind. So how do you pay your bill now? Here are your options. You can use the online bank direct payment. It's on the district's website. Or you can use AutoPay, Pay by Text, PayPal, Venmo, or if you like, you can still use cash, money orders, or checks. If you're paying by personal check, you can do it the traditional way via snail mail. The amenity payment boxes will remain open until September 30th. After the break, meteorologist Ashley Baylor has your forecast for Music on the Squares. But first, here's a look at some upcoming shows brought to you by The Villages Entertainment.
VNN's Lifestyle News Show is presented in part by AmeriLife, together as one.
Now at Kart World, Club Car's all-new 4-forward LSV. Fast, legal, and safe. Great for tailgating at the squares or just cruising with family and friends. Street legal with lithium power plus Apple CarPlay entertainment. Don't be fooled by imitators. Club Car, the industry's gold standard and proudly American-made since 1958. Visit our dealership for a test drive today. Kart World, located on Highway 27441, 1 block north of County Road 466 in Lady Lake. Family-owned, operated, and American-made, proudly serving Central Florida for over 38 years.
When you call Doc's Restorations, you're calling first-class service, using first-class products by first-class licensed professional contractors and installers. Want to remodel your kitchen, baths, or flooring? We do that. Do you have a honey-do list or want to add an addition onto your home? We do that too. Are you a disabled veteran and looking to make your home ADA-friendly? Doc's is a VA-approved builder. 5-year warranties are standard across the board, but our Bella Bath shower systems have a lifetime warranty. In 21 years of servicing the remodeling needs of our customers, we're continuously providing nothing but the utmost quality and care with your project. Our quality control manager will ensure your complete satisfaction. We invite you to come see for yourself. Come visit our showroom on 441 South, just north of Spanish Springs in Summerfield. Visit docsrestorations.com for more details. We look forward to helping you make your home look like a million. It's up to you what you tell your neighbors.
Okay, I had one night after a rain where it was comfortable at the square, but your forecast does not seem to be going to have that anymore, right?
You know, I can never rule out a spot thunder shower because the one time I say it's going to be dry is the one time you'll have the shower develop. So it's what we would call Murphy's Law. So I'm going to keep the chance for a spot thunder shower in the forecast for Tuesday evening. But sometimes we are lucky here in the Villages and we have a nice little bubble that holds. And we like that bubble to hold between 6 to 10 o'clock. But don't forget, September 1st, those hours are going to shift back 9 to 5. Let's give you a rundown of who's going to be taking the stage Tuesday evening. If you're heading to Sawgrass, that's where you can see Pavani's band. And at Sumter Landing, Bloomstone Circle will be taking the stage. At Brownwood, it is going to be Street Talk. If you're heading to Spanish Springs, that's where you can see Slickwood get the crowd moving. And at Eastport, it is going to be Andrew Love and the Franchise Players Band. Have a blast out there.
That's all we have for you today. Join us again tomorrow for another lifestyle show. Find us on YouTube by searching the words Village News Network. Be sure to pick up a copy of today's Daily Sun. Listening to your village's soundtrack on WVLG, and that way you can keep enjoying that active Villages lifestyle.
Take care.
VNN's Lifestyle News Show is presented in part by AmeriLife, together as one. Thanks for watching your VNN Lifestyle News Show.